Hey tribe, welcome back. We're going to have a great discussion today because we're going to talk about that you need manifestation to happen quickly for you. You're desperate about it, okay? You're in a point in your life, you need something to happen, baby. Okay, so we're going to talk about this in this video and I'm going to tell you how to do it, okay? But first, before we get to that, there's a couple things. One, you need to understand what's really going on before I give you the answer. The second thing here is, welcome back. Just in case you're new here, I'm Chad, by the way. Welcome to Live Life in Your Terms. And if you want to be part of the tribe, the best tribe on planet YouTube, I know I sound like a commercial. The links are in the description. And if you want to reach out to me or work with me, the links are also in the description, baby. Okay? But anyway, let's talk about this. When you desperately need manifestation to work, okay, no matter if it's amount of money coming in, no matter what it is, you're desperate about it. You need it to work, baby. You need it to come into your life, okay? You're not playing around anymore, okay? You're not trying to manifest a cup of coffee. I hate to laugh about it, but I feel you because I've been there, okay? This is why I can give you advice on it. But the first thing I want to tell you guys is that I want you to see and I want you to be aware of what you're doing. So think about it here for a second. When you desperately are trying to make something work, what are you doing? Or did I say that grammarly correct? What are you doing? This is going to be a comedy. This is going to be a comedy video. I wanted to do so much a serious video about this, but I end up flubbing up. I've started over so many times, and I'm not going to start over this time. But what we have to understand is when we're desperately trying to make something happen, you desperately need it to happen. What are you doing? You're trying to force it to happen, right? Okay? Because you really want it. Okay, that's the energy that you're putting out. You understand? When you're desperate, you need something to happen. You needed something to happen like it was yesterday. Okay, that's creating friction, that energy. Okay, friction is force and force repels. It's like everything is staying away from you because you're creating so much friction around it, so much force around it. That's really what you're doing. Okay, that's a better way to explain it rather than saying you're in a state of, when you're in a state of need, you're operating from a state of need and things stay away from you, okay? You have to understand. Oh, but let me get to the answer here as I move around. I think I actually broke my toe today, so that's why I'm kind of sitting down acting weird. Which I act weird anyway, but I can't hardly move. Seriously, I think I really broke my toe. I won't get into that. Won't get into that example of how I broke my toe. That's for another video. Okay. But now let's talk about how to fix it. Okay, because there is a way to fix it. There is a way to speed it up. And it might be a way that's refreshing for you. In the beginning, it's going to scare you. Maybe in the beginning, you're not going to believe me. Maybe if you made it this far on this video, once I say it, you're going to click off the video. But I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you what flipping works, baby. I'm telling you what works for me because I've been there. Do you understand? I'm hoping that you believe me on this. What you're going through, okay, I've been there. Maybe we're not going through the exact same thing, but I've been there, okay? I've been on that bridge of instance, baby. I've been through the fire. When I tell you guys to become unshakable to your circumstances, I'm not talking out of my ass when I say this stuff. Is because I've had to become unshakable to my circumstances. Do you understand? Okay. I'm practicing what I preach. So I'm giving you exactly what flipping works. Listen, How to speed up manifestation. How to speed up something when you desperately need it to happen. Guys, put down your phone and just listen to me. You need to surrender to it. You need to let go. You need to let it be. You need to stop creating friction. You need to stop creating force. You need to stop trying to figure it out because you can't figure it out. You need to stop trying to figure out the how because you can't figure out the how. Do you understand? Listen, guys, if you could figure out the how, you would have already figured it out by now. You see, the reason why I told you to be aware in the beginning of this video is because when you're kind of up against this huge brick wall pushing on it, and you're behaving like the old version of you. You're behaving like the old identity. Listen, guys, you're coming at your current problems like the old you, like you've always done. Okay, listen, the most successful version of you who's been through the shitstorm and survived, know what that person has learned? That person has learned to surrender to their circumstances, to completely let it go, completely give it to God, give it to the universe, whatever your religious background is. See, that's the test. That's why it's happening to you. That's why the chaos isn't going away. Okay, that's why you're stuck in it, because you're going at it the same way you've always have gone at your problems and issues, just through force and force and force and force and force until nothing works, until you quit and you run back to your comfort zone. Does that sound familiar? How you bust through the chaos, you surrender. You just like, I can't figure it out. You just totally give up control. And something amazing when you really just give up control and you really surrender to it, amazing. And it literally almost happens overnight, guys. When you truly surrender, you'll get up the next day and you'll see a sign. Something really positive will happen. You understand? Maybe within a few days, you'll get what you want. Things will start unfolding rather quickly because you finally passed a test. And I hate to call it a test. You're not really being tested per se. Okay. But when I say that you have to act like the most successful version of you, well, what happens is when you start acting like the most successful version of you, that's when the shitstorm happens. Okay, that's when you have to ignore your circumstances around you. This is how, when you're desperate for a manifestation to happen, this is exactly how to speed it up. You surrender to it. You don't control it anymore. You just let it be. You stop checking. You don't give a shit no more. You've reached a point in your life. That's why you're going through the shitstorm. It took you so far until you have to surrender. The only thing for you is to surrender and give in to it. That's your only choice you have. Okay? I've actually lied to you guys. It's not the only choice. You have two choices. You see, when the fire of life, it takes you so far because you hung in there. Maybe you listen to me, you listen to other people, and they tell you, don't quit, don't quit, don't quit. Hang in there, go through the fire, hang in there, go through the fire, get up, go through the fire. Okay, become unshakable. Okay, listen, you hit a point where you only have two choices in life. You know what those two choices are? The first choice I just told you is to surrender to it. And the second choice is you give into it and you quit and you run back to your comfort zone. You run back to a life that you're trying to escape from. Those are the two choices you have. Those are the only two choices you have. When you've been in the chaos, you need something to happen. And before we wrap up this video, guys, I just feel like heartfelt right now. That's why I've been kind of making a lot of these videos lately, helping you guys out, because people on YouTube that teach manifestation, I'm not trying to be mean, but most of them have no clue what they're talking about. Most of them have never done identity work. Most of them teach it, they talk about it, but they've never been on the bridge of incidents, baby. They've never been on the bridge where their whole life starts falling apart. They've never experienced it. And if they've never experienced it, they can't help you. Do you understand? You need to go to somebody who's experiencing what you're experiencing so they can help you. So they can help you get through it. Okay. You understand. Okay. And when you think like your life is fucking falling apart and nothing is working and it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, I'm going to sound like a parrot. I'm going to sound like a robot. The reason why it's getting worse is because you're not learning your lesson. The reason why it's getting worse is the reason why it's getting worse, baby, is because you're not surrendering to it. You're still trying to control it when it's not meant to be controlled. Do you understand? There's a lot of power in surrender. That's why it's taking you this far. That's why you're watching this video. Because you're desperately trying to figure it out. You're desperately trying to figure out, how can I get what I want? Because I need it. Okay, you need it. You need it to save you. You understand? You're not trying, at this point, you're not trying to manifest your flipping dream house or dream car. You're trying to manifest something because you need it to save you. You're trying to manifest money. You're trying to manifest a job. You're trying to manifest a career because you need it. You need it to save you. But what I'm telling you is, you got to stop needing it and surrender to it and don't care what happens to you. And there's something weird. What happens is when you just stop caring and truly surrender. And that's why I laugh like right in the middle of the video, because I'm going through some funk right now. And I just started flipping thinking about it. I was just like, it just started making me laugh, because like that's the only, like when something happens, that's the only thing to do is flip and laugh. You understand? You just laugh about it. Because you just surrendered, you just gave into it. You just flip and laughed. Imagine what you're going through right now, and tomorrow you wake up and another bad thing happened, and you just wake up and you start laughing at it. If you have a significant other, you live with somebody, they're probably going to think you're crazy. You just literally laugh at it, but you hit that point. You hit that point in life like, dude, nothing else can flip and happen to me. Nothing. You understand? You just laugh at it. That's why I mean you're unshakable. No matter what happens to you, it's unshakable. It doesn't faze you. Okay? That's the most successful version of you. That's how the most successful version of you is going to act like. That's how they're going to respond to situations that you don't like. Okay? You're losing your shit over it. The most successful version of you is unshakable. They laugh at it. You understand? That's what you need to do. And you'll be amazed how your life will flip around and turn around, my friends. But other than that, tribe, that is it. Just want to share those thoughts with you and give you some nuggets to really kind of give you things that most people don't talk about here on YouTube. How to get through this gunk, how to get through this phase of nothing's working for you. Okay? But other than that, remember, I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.